Guys, I know it's been a while since I recorded a video, edited a video, and uploaded a video. So I do want to say thank you so much to everyone who has reached out, wondering if I'm okay, what I'm up to, what I'm doing. Thank you. I'm good. Everything's good, but I did want to give you guys some updates in this video. Alright, first update before I forget, I will be at the Impressions Expo, the Dallas one, which is next weekend. So, starting on September 30th, so I will be there. You guys can come find me. I'll be at the Melco booth. Other updates. So, pretty much what has been going on for the last 2 months. I haven't been uploading a video or anything. I kind of will start in the beginning. Out of nowhere, literally nowhere, all of a sudden, I got eczema on my fingers, and it became so hard to embroider because it was like my fingers, it was like cuts, like huge paper cuts pretty much all over my fingers. It hurt to touch anything, and it just came out of nowhere. I still have it. It has not gotten any better. I guess I'm more so getting used to the pain, but King had to take over and do all the embroidery. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't touch anything. I was wearing gloves. It wouldn't work. It gets bad. Like some days it's not as bad and I could still embroider and stuff, but it literally was just, I woke up with it one day and it was just a patch on my finger. Then it grew all the way to like 3 of my fingers, and my thumbs are the worst. So, been dealing with that for 2 months now, and it sucks. It sucks. Other updates. The biggest update is we've been looking for warehouses. That's really what we've been doing for the last 2.5-ish months. So we've been looking at spaces because I feel as though I cannot work in this house any longer, especially when it comes to the embroidery, decorating part of the business, because I have too many orders and not enough space to carry the stock that I need. And outside my room, like this is my workroom, but right outside these doors is my bedroom. And the little hallway from my workroom to my bedroom is full of hoodies, and I can't stand seeing work all day long. Like I need to separate work in home life. I'm at that point. I just cannot do it. It's literally mentally, I'm losing my mind here, and I'm getting very upset mentally. Like I just can't stand the mess, but I have nowhere to put it. So we've been looking at warehouses and such. Turn that down. So I will show you guys some of the warehouses we looked at. And the other thing was Roman was with us every day too, so he didn't go to daycare, but we finally did find him a daycare. We waited 6, almost 7 months to get into this daycare center, and with him being only there, literally, he started 2 weeks ago, and last Wednesday we got a call that a child threw a rock at his head, and he needed stitches. So we rushed over there, took him to the emergency room. He got 2 stitches in his head, and it was such a deep wound, and very frustrating. So Roman is no longer in daycare. So he is not home with us again. So now I'm really trying to figure out what to do. That's just where I'm at. I was working a little bit on, all right, maybe I can postpone the warehouse. I don't know. Because warehouses, they're very expensive. I mean, we need, for the size we need, we're closer to 8,000 square feet. You'll see some of the spaces that I show you. We were looking at smaller spaces because I was going at a price standpoint. Around here, most warehouses go for $12 a square foot, and that does not include any operating expenses. So that's like the taxes on the place and cleaning and all that. No, it doesn't include any utilities either. So they're very expensive. So for about 8,000 square feet is around 10 grand a month. And I just can't. But I don't know what I can't more. I don't know mentally if I can't deal with the mess, or mentally if I can't deal with 10 grand a month, because that's a lot of money. a lot of money. Now, before y'all say, just listen, we do have a storage unit. These storage units in this area have gone up ridiculously. So we've had a storage unit for a year. A year. When we got the storage unit, it was $500 a month. Okay. 6 months later, they increased it to $700 a month. All right, well, I know you got to increase it. Now it is $950 a month for the same storage unit. And so it's just becoming just ridiculous. Also, we cannot build anything on this our house. There's no, it's HOA. There's no building allowed, because I know that's another question y'all gonna have. Kitty gonna keep texting me. You're gonna hear beeping because my computer is connected to my iCloud, and it's gonna keep beeping on that computer over there. So I want to mention that. Let me see, what other suggestions do you guys have? You guys say like rent. Oh, why don't you just, you know, rent another apartment or a house or something like that? We currently use about 4,500 square feet of space. So apartment wise, that's not gonna happen, and house wise, that's just it's not where we're at. We need like the loading dock and stuff like that to try and get our deliveries and such. So that's why that's not gonna work. Also, another reason considering warehouses is because we need employees, and I do not want people in my house. It's just, I'm just tired of the no separation. I want to go to work, come home, be with my kids, but not think about work all the time, because when I'm home, I'm always thinking about work. It's like, okay, well, we're just sitting here and the kids are playing and I'm just watching the kids, and I'm just like, I could go throw a hoodie on upstairs, you know. It's like you're always in the work mode, so I just want to cut that out. So it's like I'm still on the fence. The issue is I need to hire employees. I want to be able to take a vacation. If I want to take a vacation, AJ Blanks has to close. All my Etsy shops, my websites, everything would have to be closed because I will be on vacation. And every day that's closed, I'm losing money. So that's why I'm trying to, at least for the future, have employees to be able to run the business while I am not here. Let's say I get sick, or I don't know, anything can happen. Just like this Roman situation. Completely out of nowhere, daycare for 7 business days is all he was in daycare for, and this happens. So this is ridiculous. So those are the biggest reasons. I'm trying to think of anything else, because I always get suggestions on, instead of getting a warehouse, do this, this, and this. But yeah, there's that. So also, we moved to this specific location, this house, because there's warehouses that are very close to us. And we kept that in mind when purchasing a home, because I don't want to be driving 20 minutes to a warehouse. So I try to pick a location that's like between 9 and 12 minutes from the warehouses. So it's pretty close. That way it wouldn't be an issue. So fortunately, all the warehouses are taken. Like literally all of them. And they're all like 5-year leases. If you didn't know, most commercial real estate is 3 to 5 years. Now, as I've been going through this whole process, I know that if you want to like build anything in your warehouse, like if it's completely empty, which is called a shell space, that's literally like concrete walls, there's nothing in there. If you need to like put a wall up, little office area, you're now almost at a 7-year lease term, because they make you pay for all that just divided upon the months you're there. Also, something I didn't know is that your rent can increase every year. Your rent increases. Some the contract I've seen are 2.5% to like 5% a year, and I'm like, then what the heck is the point of signing a lease? But that's for another day. So I've learned a lot while going through this process, and then when it comes to like building, that's the other thing. I cannot build a warehouse. I don't have the money to build a warehouse, because to buy the commercial property, obviously you need a down payment. I don't have that, and I personally can't buy it, and the business definitely can't buy it. So that's also not an option. I think maybe in 3 to 5 years, I will be able to purchase a commercial property, but that's not where I'm at right now. That is why I wanted to find a warehouse that was a 3-year lease term. That way, in 3 years, I feel as though we will be able to save up the money to purchase some sort of commercial space. I don't know 100% what the future holds or anything. And that's the other thing. I like 1-year leases. And the 3-year is already a lot for me, but a lot of people keep pushing the 5 year. And I'm like, I don't want to do 5 years, I don't know. That's a lot of money for 5 years, and I just feel like I can purchase a warehouse in 3 years. So I don't want to sign a 5-year lease if I don't have to. And that's also why you need more space, because if I'm here for 5 years, I can't get like a 5,500 square foot warehouse, because I'm already at 4,500 right now between my bedroom, the storage unit, the garage, and our basement. Because our basement is about 2,800 square feet on its own. In this room, I don't remember, it's like 400 square feet, but we have closets, we have so many storage, so it pretty much adds up to about 4,500 of space we currently use. Ugh, my voice, hold on. And I'm sorry if you're not used to me talking fast. If this is your first video, hello. My name is Angela, never introduced myself. Just want to mention that. So I guess now we can just go through and I'll show you like some of the properties we looked at. They're gonna be in no particular order because at this point it's been over 2 months and I've looked at so many spaces. So I'm gonna just go through my phone. That's probably the easiest the easiest way to do this. Hold on, let me go find all my warehouse videos. Okay, so the first warehouse space we looked at is very, very close to our house, which is one thing we really liked. It is brand new. It is not even like currently today. We still couldn't move in because they're just missing a piece, electrical piece, so the permits can be written off. But it's brand new. And I like that because, like I said, at this time we still had Roman with us, and I was like, all right, well, now we do again. But I was like, it's clean. I'm not worried about Roman being in here. We can build off a little section for him, like no big deal. So this spot has 3 different units. So there's one unit that has 3 bays, which are like the doors that go up. And then there's actually a loading dock on the left-hand side. This space is 8,300 square feet. When I first saw this, I'm like, yeah, I think this is the size we need. And Keita looked at me like, girl, you tripping. You do not need this much space. And I was just like, do I really, do I not? So this space has, I believe, 3 bathrooms because each bay has a bathroom. And by bay, like I said, it means like the door. So technically you can put a wall right where each door is, like the slide up doors. And it'd be different units. But they have one that's 3 bays, which is completely open. So we looked at all the bays. The next bay over it was a single bay, which is, I believe, like 2,400, 2,500 square feet. This was definitely 100% too small. I already knew that. They kept trying to push us to get this unit. But I was like, yeah, no, that's just too small. It's just not going to work. Not at all. Now, just for embroidery, it definitely would work if I just put the embroidery there, and that's it. And then the next unit over is a double bay, and then it has like glass windows on the right-hand side, which I like because they give a lot of natural light. And this is 2 bays, 2 bathrooms. Like I said, they're nice and open. The only thing I didn't like, there's no AC. And I'm like, who builds warehouse without AC these days? But there's no AC, and we found that in a lot of warehouses we looked at, they didn't have AC. They don't come with AC. People get it installed, but they want you to pay for it. And I'm like, I'm not paying 30 grand for something I can't take with me. So that was my biggest turnoff of this location, is the price was on the higher end. This one is higher. It's over $12 a square foot, and it does not have AC. It does have heating at least, and I like that it was brand new and it was very, very close to our house. So that I would be comfortable going. But that was the first one we looked at. This was in August 9th is when we looked at this one. So the next one was further away. This is just showing you like the complete shell space. So this is 1, 2, I'm trying to watch the video. So this is 4 bays. So this is even bigger than the other one. So this one, each bay is 3,000 square feet. So this is about 12,000 square feet. Obviously, I don't need that much space. They would just put a wall wherever I wanted them to put it. It's called a demising wall, something like that, to separate it from the other units. I liked but did not like those windows because I don't like people seeing all my embroidery machines. But there's no bathrooms in this space. This is a brand new unit, meaning no one's ever occupied it. But this one definitely requires building. And their price was actually $14 a square foot, not including triple net, the expenses and everything. And then just to start building, it was going to be like a 5-month wait, they were saying, you know, putting the toilets in, putting walls up. So, and there was no heat and no AC in this place. So that was the other thing. So we were just looking at different places. Now, the same company has, like, this company from these warehouses I'm going to show you, they have a lot of warehouses. So if you outgrow your space, they do allow you to move into another one of their spaces if they have available space. That is one thing I did like. Now, they had 2 units that were on the smaller end. They were 4,000 square feet and 4,500 square feet. I don't remember exactly the size of this one. It's either 45 or 4,000, and this is already a previously occupied space. So it had like a little office space, like a front reception area, and then it had some offices, we'll call them. And then they had a bathroom, and we were like looking at it to see how we could make it work, if we could break anything down, and such. Because the price on this wasn't too bad. I think they wanted 5 years because I didn't need to tear down like the bathroom, because obviously I don't need that many bathrooms, it's taking up too much space. And we're considering like putting the warehouse, the embroidery, and like the unfinished, the room that's like not finished with bad flooring. But they would redo the flooring, obviously. And there was a nice break room in there, which I liked. And then there was the warehouse space. But looking at the warehouse space, I'm like, this is just not enough. Like it's not. So we considered it for a second, but I just couldn't. I really wasn't sure, and I was like, I don't know, because again, I didn't want to wait 4 or 5 months to get something built. That's where I was at, and I still don't want to wait 4 or 5 months. Now it's been 2 months already at this point, but at that point, I was mentally just like, I'm done. I need to get out the house. Like, I can't work. I quit. Like I said, Keener took over the business for a whole week. I did nothing. While I was with Roman, I just quit. I just couldn't do it. So the next space I actually really liked. The issues came in after the fact, but this was originally a church space, if you can tell, and I liked that it was open. You know, there was a lot of hallways. There was space for the embroidery machines. I was gonna probably put them where like that bay door was. This one was 6,000 square feet, so I was like, yeah, this is more the space we need. Now, obviously, with the hallways and stuff, we're going to have to break down one wall is what I wanted them to break down. And then that way make it more open. Because there is like a sanctuary in this because it is a church with a little stage. I was like, get rid of the stage. Like, just make it as open as possible. And I really thought this was the one. Like, Keenan and I went into this one and we're like, oh, we love this spot. Like, this would definitely work. I had no problem with this. There's definitely enough space. And then it just came down to financials in regards to... They wanted us to put out like 30 grand. No, they said 100 grand of our own money for the renovations. And I'm like, I only asked you to tear down one wall. You guys are the ones who want to tear down all this other stuff, not me. Like, I just need one wall torn down and that is it. And it just didn't work. It was like, after they just kept going on prices, they said 7 years. Then they wanted $12,000 a month. Then they went down to $9,900 a month. And they said, we'll give you like 4 months of free rent. I was just like... I don't know. Then they're like, oh, now it's going to take 4 to 5 months to get it to where you need it to be. Because at first they said, you know, you can move in and like we can do work on the weekends and such. And I was like, oh, okay, but they just they were too pushy, I guess, is the thing. So yeah. So that was that space. So this was another space. So this space, I've spoken to this lady from this company for like the last 3 years because I've been looking at warehouse for the last 3 years since Roman was a baby. And every time, like, they have like these small warehouses that they rent out, like, so you have to get big ones, and that's what I needed at the time. So I've been keeping in contact, and one had popped up as a sublease, and it was, I think, 8,000 square feet. And I was like, well, the sublease is only for like 8 months. And I said, it's a great trial run. Like, we could see how it goes, affordability and everything. I was excited for it. So I contacted the lady because I'm like, hold on, isn't this one of your properties? And she goes, yeah, the company moved out. They're trying to sublease it. I didn't know they were trying to sublease it. But I could show it to you guys if you want. And we looked at it. Man, this is the most perfect spot. It had everything. Like that front section, little reception area, that was going to be Roman's play area. Like, I had this all figured out, okay? Everything was figured out. It was totally open, which I love. The embroidery machines were going to be right out in the open against that back wall. And there was some office spaces, so I can have an office. I could do sublimation in one room. There was just so many options on what I could do with all the space. Like I said, there was just a lot. And there was like a back area where, like, I would call like the warehouse area where like the bay doors are, which was perfect for like the blank back storage. Had bathrooms obviously and everything, but this one was like perfect. It was bigger than what we needed, but the price was like, I think it was like $7,500 a month, which was amazing. And it was like available immediately. So we thought we were gonna get this spot. You know, she went back to write up the contract to find out that her vice president had just leased it to one of their other tenants. And I was like, seriously, this is horrible. Like, this is horrible. Because this company also owns so many properties around us that if we outgrew something, we could always move, which is another option I liked, especially when you're signing a 3 to 5, a 7-year lease, you can always move. So then we looked at another space. This one was 4,500 square feet. At the time, I wasn't sure exactly how much space we had. I didn't do all the math. And this one was interesting. I liked that it was open and that there was a little office space on the right hand side. And by office, I just meant like, it's like a little kitchen in there, bathroom, and all that. But the shape is what threw me off, because it was like a cone. Like, it was wide in the beginning, and as it got to the end, it got smaller. And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I really don't think this is gonna work. I wasn't sure. Price was good. It did have AC, which I loved, but the biggest issue is just the shape and then the size of it. But I like that it had like a nice little area or whatnot. So that was this spot. And I would have taken this one if the unit next door was available. The unit next door is occupied by the landlord. He uses it for his gym. He just put his gym equipment in there and comes to use the gym. And I'm like, dude, could you put your stuff somewhere else? Because I would love to take that space, because I know that's definitely a lot of space. And again, this one is also a brand new space. No one's ever occupied it. It is close to the house. It worked out. I was excited for this, but after doing the math and the sizing, it did not work. So then, after looking at all those spaces, earlier this month, we went back to the first spot, which is the one that's close to our home, and had like the triple unit, single, and the double. And I was like, okay. We looked at this double unit and we're like, okay, this is gonna work. He's like, yeah, this is gonna work. I'm like, I keep going back. Like, am I just being bougie? I just want more space. Do I actually need that much space? So I took the measurements while I was there of like everything. I came home and made a like little diagram, and a floor plan. And then I went and put everything in. Like, I measured my embroidery machines, how long this wall currently is, how long the wall with the heat press, the sublimation stuff is. I measured all that and put it all in like my little floor plan of the warehouse. And then I was like, okay, to maximize like storage space, let me get the racks and put the AJ blanks like backstock on the racks so I can get more like higher, so you build up. So I looked at the dimension of the racks, I figured out how many boxes can go on each rack. So then I lined them up, and me and Kina both looked at each other like, this is not gonna work. We need more space. Because that was almost, it was like 5,800 square feet. I'm like, this is not gonna work. So it has the single unit next door, and I'm like, okay, we can put everything in the single unit next door, like all the embroidery machines, all like anything that I'm creating, like apparel wise, will go in that room, and AJ blanks will just stay in the double unit, and it would work out, you know, no problem. We're like, we won't get AC right now. We'll just get like this company called Big Ass Fans. They have these big ass fans, and we'll get some of those fans. Maybe we'll figure it out. Like, we won't need the fans right away because it's literally already September. You can't move into October, maybe November. So you don't need it right away. We'll see how temperature-wise, how we're feeling. Lolly, lolly, lolly. If we want to add AC later, they said we can always add AC later. No problem. So we were highly, highly considering that one. And then we found out that they actually already made, like, when they built the structure, there's already an opening between those two units that you have to like just kick out. You can't really kick cinder block, but knock out the cinder block that's there. But they already made an opening when they built the spot in case somebody did want to combine two units. I'm like, okay, that's perfect. I had no problem walking around, going outside and walking around and going to the embroidery unit because it's literally a nice, clean area. So we are strongly considering that. We got the pricing back on that last week, but then the whole situation at Roman happened and having to go to the ER, so I have not made any decisions right now. And I really just, I don't know. It's such a hard decision. Being home with Roman again, we really don't know. Like, I'm to the point where I've just been like, I'm just gonna shut it all down. Like, change processing, because like right now, our processing is 1 to 5 business days. It was 1 to 3. We changed to 1 to 5 since Roman's back, but we get so many orders every single day that it's hard to keep up with. And Keaton and I really would like a balance. We want to be able to balance it all. And we're just like, we own our own business. The only reason we don't have a balance is because we don't create it. But then you have the stress of bills. If you don't have the money and the orders to help pay for the bills, then what? So that's kind of where I'm stuck, because it's $10,400 a month. Does not include utilities. That just fell. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And I've been looking for more places to pop up. Like, I've been looking. But nothing. There's nothing in this area at all. Everything's taken. Because everything's not available to 2025. So it's just like, we keep going back and forth like, okay, do we just do it? Just take the leap and do it. And it's like, I don't want to can't go even there when I'm too scared. And I always tell y'all to just do it. Don't be scared, right? But like, it don't cost $10,400 a month. That's a lot of money. Now it's good tax deduction, I'll say that. But it's a lot of money, like a lot of money. Then we would definitely need another car, which is the other thing, because we sold one of our cars a few months ago because we're like, well, we don't need it, so let's just sell it. And he pretty much got what he paid for. He bought this car 4 years ago and got pretty much exactly what he paid for. So it was a good thing, but I would definitely need to buy another car because between Riley, Roman, warehouse, home, we need another car. So there's just a lot. So that's pretty much my update, kind of an update, what I've been up to. That's pretty much it. Again, if you are in the Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area, go ahead and check out the Impressions Expo. I will be there at the Melco booth. I swear I saw something. It's nothing. You can find me there. Liz, Coffee Powered Home, she'll be there, so I'm gonna see her. Oh, Naomi too. There's a lot of people coming, so I'm excited to get there. Cassandra, are you coming? I don't know. I haven't asked her. I don't know why I don't ask her. I'm like, well, she's in Texas. She probably is, but Texas is huge, so I'm not sure. But I'm definitely planning on meeting up with a lot of you guys there. I know a lot of you guys, meaning my subscribers, are in Texas, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. That's pretty much it. Next video, I'm really not sure. I've just been trying to get work done. That's pretty much what I've been doing every day, almost 24 hours a day, is trying to get work done, keeping up with orders. It was hard adjusting though to Riley and Roman being in school because making 2 lunches in the morning, oh, I don't know y'all do it. I'm good at running a business, but when it comes to motherly duties, I think I lack in that area because it makes my heart race because I get so nervous that I'm gonna forget something. And I'm like, please don't forget it, please don't forget it. I'm like, okay, we gotta heat up the water for the thermos. We gotta get the chicken nuggets in the air fryer. Oh, Riley wants mac and cheese, but Roman wants chicken nuggets, and I gotta remember the ketchup and then put 3 gummies in the thing. And Roman and Riley, they like different fruits. Both of them get grapes. Roman likes strawberries, Riley likes apples. So you gotta cut up all the fruit. I'll be struggling, trying not to forget anything. Oh my gosh. So that is pretty much it. I missed you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!